First one is Joanna. Yesterday I was getting dressed for the day while my 3-year-old was on the potty, and I decided to wear a black and white striped shirt. I walked into the restroom to check on her, and she looks at me and says, "Mommy, why do you look like a zebra?" I told her sometimes moms like to dress up like zebras. LOL. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I know I've talked before about, kids will just say whatever on their mind. They'll say the honest truth, and I guess you just reminded her of a zebra. So I guess there's worse things to compare your outfit to. Okay, number 2. It's from Erica. One of my young cousins wanted to go fishing, but his dad is religious, so he had to go to church. The little guy said, "Jesus will understand. I can go fishing because I'm fishing for Jesus." I love that. I love that, he had a very valid reason and he wanted to just let him know, you know what, Jesus will understand. I like that. Number 3, Annabelle. My children were playing outside in the sunshine and I was sitting down watching them. My little girl sat next to me and chatted away happily until a wasp flew nearby and gave us a fright. Okay, I have to pause right there because gave us a fright reminds me of The Parent Trap. She's like, "Oh, you gave me a fright." And he's like, "I gave you a fright?" So I'm just, I don't know why that just popped in my mind. Parent Trap. I don't know. It's just a funny phrase. Anyways, my daughter said, "We should put these bees in jail. That way no one will get hurt and they will learn a lesson. They can't keep getting away with this." Hey, you know what? If I could put bees in jail, I think I would too. I mean, I get it. They're great. They, pollinate and all that. They're really great for the plants and flowers. But when they're just like irritating and they're just annoying and they sting you, let's put them in bee jail. Let's see what we can do there. Number 4, Mary. My son is in 1st grade and his homework that day was to write down something about himself that made him special. My son wrote, "I like to play football with Dad. I like to build Legos. I am God." I don't know if he meant to write good, but I was dying. That's hilarious. Hilarious. I can't even talk. That is hilarious. I am God. I would like to know the follow-up of that question. Did you ask him what he meant there? You know what? I think he meant to write "I am God" because maybe he means like I can build Legos, and then for that little Lego town, I am God because I'm building like how God builds. I don't know. That also made me think of when I was, I don't even know, elementary school age. We had to do a Father's Day present and we had to draw our dad doing something he loved. And then we had to answer these different questions about like, what's your dad's favorite thing? What does your dad love to do? And I drew my dad mowing the lawn because I just thought he loved doing it because he did it every week. I didn't realize like you actually had to mow the lawn. It was like a chore. And I remember we're all sitting around and I gave it to my dad and it's like, and he read out loud, he's like, "My dad loves to mow the lawn." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you're right. I do love to mow the lawn. I mean, it's not my favorite thing, but I love it." And I was like, wait, mowing the lawn's not your favorite thing to do? I was like so shocked and like kind of hurt because I think I thought it was like going to be the best gift ever. Like, oh, I'm drawing him mowing the lawn. Kids, that's so funny. Okay, number 5, Carol. My daughter lost her first tooth. She asked me what the tooth fairy did with teeth. And before I could think of a response, she was already giving me her answer. She said that all the teeth were going into the Magical Teeth Museum and even wrote the tooth fairy a note to be very careful and make sure her tooth was on main display. I don't know where this girl's imagination comes from, but it was cracking me up. I love this girl's imagination, and she sounds very clear in it, so I would just keep going with that. It kind of sounds like there was a movie I saw once, I think, or in a TV show where they showed the tooth fairy like building her house with teeth, and it was really cool. I love that. That's great. Okay, number 6, Mara, or Mara. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Okay. Not my kids, but I overheard 2 little kids, I'm assuming siblings, in Target. They looked about 5 years old. The one kid was making squeaky sounds with his shoes on the floor and goes, "I love this sound." The sister then says, "I love the sound you make when you shut up." I love the sound you make when you shut up. I had to bite my tongue from laughing. That, I know you shouldn't laugh, but that's hilarious. I love this. That's pretty clever. The girl's gonna be a comedian or something. Oh my gosh, those big sisters. Okay, and so for this one, this is actually really funny. So, not this story so much. I mean, it's funny, but these were really good. So a couple weeks ago, I was telling my assistant about this funny thing that I did when I was a kid, and this letter my teacher wrote to my mom. And I was describing everything that happened. I don't know, my mom probably just told me multiple times over the years. And I didn't say anything to my mom about telling my assistant it. The next day, I'm driving somewhere and my mom texts me a picture of the letter and was like, "Remember when this happened? I just found this letter. That's so funny." And I was like, "Are your ears ringing? That's really weird." Anyways, I'm going to read this letter because it's kind of a funny story from when I was a kid. Okay, so my teacher wrote this letter to my mom. She said, "Hi, Mrs. Knight. Just to let you know, I overheard Krista arguing with Brittany, another girl in my class, about who was smarter, me or you. Britt asked me what those purple lines in her hands are. I said veins. She went back to Krista and told her what I said. Krista said, 'My mom said they were called vines, and she knows me more than Miss Ruzicka because she's older, plus she's a mom.'" I can picture it. "So I guess you have me beat. What a crack up first graders are. Have a great day." My mom kept that note for, let's see, it was 97. She kept that for a long time. I'm trying to do quick math in my head. 14 years. Wait, 24 years? Oh my gosh. She kept that letter for 24 years. Yeah, that's a long time. Don't judge my quick math skills. And it was just a funny story growing up that I was so sure my mom said that they were called vines, and she knew more because she was older and she was a mom. So all your moms out there that don't think or that doubt what your kids think of them. Your kids think you're the smartest person on earth. That's just proof right there. So don't doubt yourself. And thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next week. Hey guys, if you found this or any episode of Mom Talks with Krista helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, and of course, share it with your friends. We release new videos every single Wednesday, and our new podcast is out every single Thursday. So lots of different ways you can catch us. And of course, if you're not following us on our socials, go ahead and follow us there. We've got tons of new content for you every single day. And finally, if you're watching this and doubting yourself, you're doing a great job. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.